Hey y'all, what is good? It's your girl Ganjanae and I'm life, baby. Yes, on this here Tuesday. Got the live going up on a Tuesday. Okay, I hope y'all had a great day today. All right. I really do. Let me see who's here. Let's see who is here. Yes, please like the video. Shout out to Grape Tea News. Okay. Great content creator. My brother from the Bay Area. Okay. Be sure to check out his content. Happy Tuesday, darling. Hey, love. Happy Tuesday, Philip. Hey, love. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, love. Yes. Thank you so much for pulling up, y'all. Let me go ahead and make my little announcements and we will get into the show, okay? Also, y'all, I got my fan going, so if it's like too much noise, let me know. I will turn it off, okay? It's a little hot. It's a little hot in my room, okay? Um, 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. So here is my Buy Me a Coffee link if you would like to support the channel. Okay. There's also super chats and super stickers available as well as Cash App. Okay. Or you could energetically support the channel by just hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe. Okay. Hit the notification bell, share if you like. I would so greatly appreciate the support. Okay. For real. And if y'all have any tea that y'all want me to talk about at any given time, it could be anything. Doesn't have to be circus related. You can send it to my email, okay? That is my email on the screen. Or feel free to hit me up on either one of my social media platforms, okay? That is my Instagram and my Twitter on the screen. Alrighty, y'all. Yes, also, okay, be sure to join the Discord. Um, Hold on, let me get that link really quick. We did start a book club. Hold on, let me put it on the screen. This is the current book that we're reading. Okay, Blessed by Demons, Cursed by Angels. Okay. And yes, next Monday we will be doing our juice cleanse. Okay. So if you're interested in either, you can join the Discord. Let me get the link real quick for y'all, really quick here. Hold on. Okay, let me post it in the chat. Just in case anybody is interested. All right, shout out to the people who already hit that like. Okay. Yes, don't even gotta tell y'all nothing. It's already done. I appreciate that. I so greatly appreciate that. All right, y'all. There is the Discord link if you're interested, okay? Also, we do on the weekends, like on Saturdays, we will be having our book club meetings, and then on Sundays we do watch baddies, okay? So if you just want to pull up, watch baddies with us, and listen in on our conversations, you can definitely join the Discord, okay? It's fun, it's a vibe, okay? Highly recommend. Hey Kalo. Hey Crow. Hey love. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Like I said, I do got my fan on. Um, so I'm just trying to make sure y'all can hear me fine. There's no interruptions with the audio. Okay. Um, somebody somebody let me know. All right, y'all. But anyways, we are going to get into it. Let's do it. Okay. So, we are going to be getting into Halle Bailey, y'all. She done went and put a restraining order against DDG, y'all. Okay, she sure did. She sure did. So we are going to get into that. I do want to get into Krishan and her little Snapchat little fiasco. Okay, so we're gonna get into that as well. And I did want to touch on Carlissa. Um, I wanted to get into her last night, but time was against us. So I'm gonna try to do it today. Okay. And I did want to get into the whole Diddy stuff because his trial finally started. So it's been a lot going on with that, but I may have to just do it next show because with this going on, I mean it just depends where we're at with time. I may have time to get into that. But if not, we'll probably touch on it the next show, okay? Yes, yes. All right, y'all. Oh, you can hear me okay? Okay, good. Okay, good. I don't have to be hot. Thank you. Hey, Hood Unlocked. Hey, Didi. Yes. Okay, y'all. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this tea, honey. Okay. So first of all, let's go ahead and start off with Hallie DDG. Okay. Halo's parents. All right, so child, it's been revealed today that her restraining order was granted against DDG, okay? Yes, honey. Child. Hold on, let me pull it up here so y'all can see. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Oop, let me put my banner up here. All right, let me share my screen. Full screen. All right. So, shout out to the Shade Room. Okay. It says Halle Bailey granted restraining order after accusing DDG of abuse. Rapper required to stop posting and streaming about her and their child. Okay. Damn. Damn. Okay. So, let's get into it. Let me read this caption here. It says the judge has granted Halle Bailey a restraining order after she claimed she was abused by DDG, the father of her son. It says in documents obtained by TMZ, Hallie claims that things became physical in January when DDG came over to pick up their son Halo. She reportedly tried to start a conversation about a visitation schedule. While buckling up their child in his car seat, she claims DDG became agitated and said, "Get out my car, B." That caused their baby to cry, and she grew concerned about him leaving with their son in an agitated manner. The two allegedly started to wrestle, leading DDG to allegedly pull her hair and slam her face on his steering wheel, causing her to chip her tooth. Okay, child. It says she detailed that she was in pain and crying, but remained in the car as they rode over to DDG's home. Once there, she told his family members what happened. TMZ obtained the images attached to the documents showing the alleged marks on her arm and chipped tooth. Um, Another incident mentioned in the documents took place back in March when she claims ZDG entered her home without her permission, entered her bedroom, and texted her a picture of her empty bed. He reportedly said, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." She interpreted his message as an accusation of her being intimate with other people. DDG is also accused of being verbally abusive and smashing her Ring camera after he became upset after she told him she and Halo were sick and she didn't want Halo to leave home. A judge has granted Hallie a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away. She was also granted permission to take their son to Italy as she shoots a new film for 2 months. DDG has DDG has to stop posting and streaming about her and their child. Okay, sheesh, a mess. Okay, now I'll be honest, y'all. I can't say I'm surprised. I've been saying, y'all could check my previous videos. I've been saying something was off about DDG. I felt like he had some sort of temper. Okay, some of y'all may remember me saying that, but I did say that. I was like, he seemed like he got a bad temper. Okay, and clearly Okay, with all this stuff coming out, I stand to be correct. Okay, once again. All right, so yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel so bad for Hallie, and Halo. Like, this is just out of control. Um, it's unfortunate, but at least she's doing what needs to be done, that she feels needs to be done to protect her and her baby. Okay. Now there are photos circulating of her injuries, her chipped tooth, and all that. I will be showing y'all that in just a second here. But yeah, y'all, I seen this, like, literally. I just went on my Instagram. It was the first thing that popped up, and I was like, "OMG, that's crazy." Okay, that's crazy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. It says, mind you, she didn't take this to the net. She went to the law. Right. She sure did. And she went to the law and not the internet. Good job. And while he was crashing out on the internet, she was standing on business in private. Right. Sure was. And y'all see how she went to the judge and not the internet? And she pulled the quickest Uno reverse silently. She did. And that's why my good sis should have just stayed under the sea. Not stayed under the sea. Under the sea. And the whole time he was talking on the internet, she was talking to the authorities. Savage, yeah. Chess, not checkers, okay? That's crazy. The fact that he continued to run his mouth on social media, knowing what he did to this girl in private, is wild. Yeah, that's crazy work. Okay. And she going for full custody next? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And she went to the court and he went to Twitch. Love to see it, child. Okay. Not saying this is the case, but men be jealous too. Yep. Yep. I seen the photos and texts. He can't lie his way out of this one. Yeah, wait, you put your hands on a little mermaid. He said, the homies, I'm on that. Right. Right, okay. We ride at dawn. Stop playing. Okay, but yeah. Pretty crazy, y'all. Pretty crazy. You know, I mostly feel bad for the child involved, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just you know, it's just unfortunate. It really is, but hey, I've never really. It was always something about DDG that I just didn't like about him. Um, I think he's a great artist, you know, and he's seemingly a good dad as well. But it's just like, I think, oops, sorry y'all. Um, I think maybe just emotions got too out of control here. Okay. And yeah, there's no excuse as to why you should put your hands on a woman. Okay. Especially in front of your child. Like, she was apparently buckling Halo into his car seat when he was, doing all this. So, to have the audacity to you know, do that, period. But to do it in front of a child is crazy to me. Okay. Absolutely insane. Um, but yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So she got her restraining order granted, and DDG cannot come around her or the baby. I don't know if it's a temporary restraining order or what what's going on, but regardless, it's a restraining order, and he has to stay away. He cannot violate the restraining order. Or he gonna be right up in there with Blueface. Okay, his friend, his best friend. Okay, child, a mess, a mess. But you know what? Them together never really made sense to me. I always felt like Hallie was way too. I've said that too. Like, I feel like she's way too mature for him. She's way too. She's way more evolved mentally, okay, than him. Okay, from what I've seen. So, child, a mess. A mess. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments real quick, and then I will go show y'all the photos that have been circulating. Okay. Um, 1 second. Ooh, hold on, y'all. Hey, Melanin Mommy. Good evening. Yeah, it's insane. You said DVD. DVD is crazy. Always gave me the ick. Yes, yes, me too. Me too. Hey, Sonia. Yeah, at least we have another topic besides Rock. I believe Hallie. My only issue with Hallie, we attempted to warn her. Yeah, Halo is a blessing, but I wish she would not have had a child with Didi. Yeah, me too. Like she was way too good for him. I'm sorry. She was. He was just not on her level. I'm sorry. He wasn't. Never was. Hey, it's Key. Yes, trigger warning for sure. The truth is coming out about Mr. DDG between him and Dub. I don't know which is worse. Dub giving Brittany hard time as well. Yeah, I love Mama DDG, but she has sorry ass. Yeah, yep, the wealth and the yep. I seen that, Sonya. Yep, facts. No, they're definitely both sorry. Okay. Hey, Cece. You said I personally think both BET and Hallie are toxic. They're both the problem. You think so? I mean, there is three sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure there could have been times where Hallie was wrong, but I feel more so it's DDG. Like he's a troubled man. Okay, definitely is. And I always felt like something. He just had a bad temper. Like the way he went off on, like, remember when I was showing y'all those clips of him going off um on somebody that had basically clocked him on TikTok? Like the way he responded, I was like, oh yeah, nah, red flag. Okay. I said red flag. Oh no. And I think I even made a comment like that's probably why Hallie got away from him, because he seems very aggressive, um very disrespectful. You know, that's crazy how I be. I'm telling you, you know, people could say what they want, but like, a lot of the stuff we be saying in here, it always comes out to be true. Okay, for real, for real. You said I'm grateful she had the courage to do what yeah, was needed to be done. Go to the judge instead of the internet. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Okay, that is how you do it. Okay. I'm not gonna get on this social media with it. I'ma just take you to court. All right. And she handled it very well. She did. She did. And I'm really praying for her and her son. You know, as a DV survivor, like that's not easy. It's not the easiest thing to heal from, but it's not impossible. So I'm praying that she finds a peace of mind, um, within her healing journey. Okay. Cause honey, that's traumatic. That's traumatic. Somebody you thought loved you for real, okay, doing something like that to you, yeah, that's sad. That's sad. Okay. So prayers for her and Halo. Let me show y'all these pictures. Again, trigger warning. Okay. They could be a little bit graphic to some. So just a warning, okay? Let me share my screen here. Okay. So shout out to the Shade Room again. Okay. So these are not the videos, the pictures that TMZ have posted, okay? So as you can see, her arm is bruised. All right. She has a bruise on her arm. And here is her chipped tooth, okay? That he apparently did by slamming her head into his steering wheel. Okay. Crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Um oh yeah, this was DDG on Aiden Ross stream. I guess the news that came out while he was streaming with Aiden. So let's check it out, y'all.
GGTMZ. Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. What? Oh. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's a thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Fuck that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false in the stream. He's a great. I feel like, damn, bro. Should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGTMZ?
Ciao. Okay. Talking about this can't be real. Oh, it's very real. Okay. It's very real. You know it's real when TMZ posted. Okay. Ciao. And this is the original post. Okay, but yeah. That's crazy. Poor girl. Wild. Okay. Somebody said the main comment said you could barely see that chip. I'm scared of y'all. Right. Yeah, mind y'all, she went straight to court. She never even said nothing on social media. Somebody said, come outside, DDG. We not gonna jump you. Right. Yeah, I mean, she did it the right way. And y'all wanted her to wait 10 years. And she come with proof, and now you need more proof. You people are never satisfied, right? And y'all mad at Hallie, and she never once came to the internet with this. She was trying her best to keep it private. Yeah, that part. Somebody say he's jealous of her. We all knew that. It says men who immediately defend abusers, even with solid evidence, scare me. Right. I can't stand a man that put their hands on women. Yeah, pathetic. Okay. The sad part, even with photos, people gonna say she's lying. Yep. Yeah. Every time a woman says she was abused in any form, men and some of you pick me as women be purposely obtuse every time. Y'all did it with Cassie, Meg, Rihanna. Why is that? And this is exactly why Halo don't like him. Y'all used to joke, but babies know. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I know he ain't hit her. Let's ride. Oh, for real. Okay. It says, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the aunties were right. They saw right through him. Exactly. Indeed. Okay. Ciao. A mess. But yes, super sad, man, that this is the outcome. But hey, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her at all. You know, I mean, she didn't publicly come out and talk about it. Like TMZ was just being nosy, probably came across some of the court documents and stuff like that. and so now it's out there. But still, I mean, I'm sorry this happened to her. As someone who has went through that myself, it's definitely not, you know what I mean? Not an ideal situation, but unfortunately it happens. Um, but like I said, I'm really hoping that she, um, you know, utilizes this as a lesson and heals from this. Okay. Just as any woman going through DV, you know, just walk away. Okay. If they do it once, they gonna do it again. Okay. And that's just facts on facts. But yeah, y'all. Okay. So let me check the comments really quick again. 1 second. Oh, you say he's friends with Blueface. Exactly. I mean the best of friends, okay? They say birds of a feather flock together, okay? And he used that baby for clout any chance he got. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And she was hanging around Krishan. I also remember what they both did to that oh, the nail lady. I remember that. I slightly remember that. I slightly remember that. I might have to run that video back. Respect for DDG. This is the second time God blessed him with a soulmate. I understand why Kennedy left him now. Hallie, these two beautiful women. DDG is narcissistic. Yep, jealous of Hallie career. No one deserves. Yes, I agree, Sonia. You say you're comparing someone to being ratchet to someone who has proof that she was being abused by DDG. Now the F are you talking about? She handled that right, straight to the courthouse. Yeah, she did. She absolutely did. I totally agree. Then you say you're right, Kanjane. He just wasn't on her level. He wasn't. He wasn't. Shame on him for getting physical with her. Hopefully, she sends a strong message that she will not tolerate such mess from him. Exactly. Yeah, it's super sad. It is. And you say, yeah, DDG was definitely trying to bring her down. Glad she is safe and far away from that fool. Yes, me too. Me too. Definitely was. Yeah, Hallie isn't so innocent either, I believe. She may be soft spoken and gives off sweet innocence to the public eye, but you never know what's taking place behind the scenes. Okay. Okay. I understand that, but was it, I mean, to push your hands on somebody? Like, you know, I don't know. I can't defend that. I can't defend that. And then, I understand as a mom how we are with our children. We want to protect them. We want them to be safe and all that. So maybe like he felt like she was being extra, but no, she probably was just being a mom as she should be, you know. And she also doesn't deserve to be bashed by his fans. Hallie currently on vacation with her mom and sister. I'm glad she has a foundation with her. Yes, me too. Yeah, that's what's up. She needs to be around people. She just needs to surround herself with people that love her, that support her. Okay, and just tune out the noise for real. Cause yeah, no matter how you want to slice it and dice it, it's traumatic. It's a traumatic situation to be in. You know what I mean? And this is why I don't like coming on here, even state of my opinion, because it's always some pick me weirdo. And I'm done. I don't even feel a part of the channel. Oh Lord, girl, what you talking about? Never once said she wasn't abused or I didn't believe her. All I said was they're both the problem. Yeah, and that's your opinion, but everybody you can't. You know, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, but um, you know, I don't know if you feel like she's shady in a way. I get it, but me personally, I don't. I don't necessarily believe that. Now everybody has their ways and stuff like that, but um I'm not gonna sit here and act like I feel like she was she was the biggest problem. Okay, when we see DDG on live streams and podcasts and all that stuff, like, I think to me it's pretty evident, okay, who is the problem here. Okay. He said there are ways to get your feelings known without getting physical. That part, absolutely. But see, nowadays it's like a lot of people that don't know how to communicate. Like they just communicate with their hands. Like I told y'all before, I've never been a combative person. Now I will, however, defend myself, but I've never been the type to like, oh yeah, let me just put my hands on them and like no, like it's just not. I don't know. Like, what's the point? You're just gonna make it worse, especially when there's children involved. Like, come on now, think smarter. Okay. He said, my question is, has he been doing this? Like, if so, why have a kid behind? Yeah, that's a good question, Natty, for sure. That is a good question. But yeah, y'all, okay. So I just wanted to give y'all that little update because, baby, I seen that and I was like, what? There's no way, okay? But at the same time, I was like, well, I can't say I'm too surprised, okay? Like I said before, DDG always gave me like a bad vibe. Um, y'all could check some of my old videos, my lives. I've always said that I feel like dude got some sort of temper, okay? And I feel like he's mad disrespectful. But yeah, y'all. So really crazy, really crazy. Prayers for Hallie and Halo, okay? For sure. But let's go ahead and move right along. I do want to get into, yeah, let's get into Carlissa real quick, okay? Because she has some things to say regarding the recent interview. Excuse me. Dang, I just burped. I'm sorry, y'all. But the recent interview that Carlissa, I mean not Carlissa, Krishan had, okay? So she had a few things to say about that. Let me get this video queued up here really quick. 1 second, y'all. All right. Now we're not gonna listen to the whole thing, but we gonna listen in, okay? Because she be getting long winded, and I ain't trying to hear all that. Respectfully, okay. So 1 second. Dang, they getting on my nerves. And all these commercials. Hold on, y'all. Because I know y'all be sick and tired of these commercials, just like me. All right. Okay, here we go, y'all. Let me share my screen. All right, y'all. Shout out to Ruby Kai. Let's get into it, y'all.
Why are we always the topic? Okay, that interview, I counted it was 6 minutes before it was like, okay, this is boring. So did you see what his mama said? She called my baby retarded. This bullshit is boring. You didn't do your homework. You don't know how we gonna go viral. You gotta bring up his mama and you gotta bring him up. And she done moved on and they still complaining. She done moved on and went down the road and they still complaining. Talking about we obsessed. It's y'all that's obsessed. No one has really moved on. Y'all make me nervous when y'all say that, because don't y'all want them to move on? Don't y'all want them both to be happy? Y'all make me nervous. Like y'all just ain't ready to. Y'all ain't ready to move on. All her fans are delusional. Right, like she is in a whole full blown relationship with the man's last name on her page. We said that after K Suave's situation, but he went right back. I don't think he went back. I think he just was entertaining what was going on, but I don't never remember him going back after that. Right, that part. She moved on, and they still mad. They mad with him and without him. They won't even let her enjoy her new man. They over here still talking. We call Junior Chewy because Rock pronounced it like Junior, Junior. In her $1 Billion Baby song, we just say Chewy for short. I hope that's not meaning no disrespect, because yeah, that's not okay. As soon as Rock named that baby, I said she only did that so that Blue can finally tat her name on him, and it worked. Um, I didn't even put two and two together because we've been calling them so many different names. I didn't even put two and two together. But we know he get out. Blueface and Rock about to go back to toxic. No, I don't think they can do that, y'all. I think they gotta watch out for their probations, because y'all know convicts can't fraternize. Convicts can't fraternize together. That's a violation of the law. They got to go and wait and do what they got to let. They may as well keep going they separate ways. According to her, they not serious. Oh, I don't know. Y'all, what y'all sent me the other day said she said that she was gonna give him a baby and give the baby his name. That's pretty serious to me. And I like him. I like him a lot. He got look like he got some integrity and some good manners and some good morals. I like him for her. I like him for the baby. John might get mad that I said that, but I do like him for her. She did a good job. K Suave was never into Krishan. She not even his type. Well, why would she tattoo his name on her arm? That don't sound right. Why you always talking about Sean? I'm not talking about her. They talking about her. I'm just reading the comments like she was reading the comments when she was talking about us. Can I get a amen? Okay, somebody help her say amen, because I could have swore in that Q&A, your mama came up in that motherfucking Q&A. Okay, exit the chat. Rock only uses Blueface for clout, and he falls for it because he does anything for money, unfortunately. I'm going to send him that message there. It is hate on adults, but respect the kids. The mama, you messy. Shut up. You reading every comment. I'm reading every comment. Why is Krishan always the topic? Why are we always the topic? Okay, that interview, I counted, it was 6 minutes before it was like, okay, this is boring. So did you see what his mama said? This bullshit is boring. You didn't do your homework. You don't know how we gonna go viral. You gotta bring up his mama, and you gotta bring him up. And the baby mama. You didn't do your homework. Come on now, get out these comments playing with me. I counted, it was 6 minutes flat of that. So did you do your homework? Because did you see what his mama said? She called my baby retarded. So did you see what his mama said? You been watching his mama? You ain't been doing your homework. Out of here. Don't come over here playing with me. I will act the whole motherfucking I will act the whole interview out, word for word, verbatim. Okay, I will act that whole motherfucker out. Okay, I read her mind. Okay, this it's enough of this bullshit. It's boring. This shit is getting boring. We got to get it cracking over here. Okay, so did you see what his mama has said about my baby? You ain't see it. You had to see it. She called my baby retarded. You didn't see it. Oh yeah, she been saying a lot. She been saying a lot of things. She been saying a lot of things. What are you going to do if they get back together? Disown him again? Like he disowned me? And I'm gonna say I don't know him. That's my favorite word. I don't know him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm sticking to it. The interview era, hella boring. They got it cracking though, honey. You a real one. Come on here and defend him. She was trying to drag his name through the mud, tried to end his career and build her career off his ashes. You can't do that to the real anointed. Okay? Because God got his children. He gonna let you play with them because he said the only way you could come up is from your enemies. Now watch how I play this. He said, if I'm gonna use your enemies as your footstool to bless you. Don't blame that on us. Blame that on our Father. We didn't do it. Okay? We didn't ask for this. We did not choose this lifestyle. It chose us, honey. But anyway, I didn't watch the interview, but I saw the clip where she kept telling him, repeating his question. She was trying to find a lie and started crying. I watched the first 6 minutes. I was like, okay, this could be really good. It's going somewhere. We're all healing. And then all of a sudden, boom, I was like, Then she wiped that tear like, okay, cut and action. So did you see what his mama said about my baby? Man, you didn't even like go into the rhythm. The rhythm was all off. It was like cut and action. Like, girl, you was and then it was like, so did you see? Like, girl, bye. Bye. I'm sorry. I'm just so mad that y'all so fucking gullible that y'all didn't see that I have to show you that bullshit. That was the worst acting she's ever done in the history of fucking time. Every time y'all ask me about this bullshit, I'm gonna bring it up and tell the truth and shame the devil.
Imaginez le soir et les splendeurs barbares accoudées à ton bras.
I ain't never called no baby retarded in my life. You know why? Because I'll be too scared to call a baby retarded. Especially when my kids act out here acting like they retarded. And you know that hurt my feelings because it's more.
Now, I do agree with that. Now Carlissa has made little comments. I think she was responding to what people were saying on social media about Junior, about him possibly having some, delays. Um, she did say that if he need to wear a helmet, they should wear a helmet with him. But I think that was just her response. Like, if that is the case, type of thing. If that is the case, or if that does so happen to be the case, hey, we both gonna be wearing helmets, type of thing. You know what I mean? So I don't think she was being malicious with that. But then she was in that. I remember that video when she was in that jacuzzi talking about, oh, um, we be looking a little slow or something like that. So maybe, to me, it seemed like she was insinuating that She could have felt like Junior see like looks slow. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so that was a little bit much. That was a little bit much. And then, she did make the kickstand comment. But that wasn't necessarily her calling him the R word. I feel like it was more so of the fact that Junior, she felt like, what happens when you don't have your kickstand on your bike? It falls over. You know what I mean? So I feel like she was just saying, she feels like he needs assistance with like, you know, staying up on his own is what I think she meant. Okay. So was it a little bit much? Yeah, but I still like I didn't think that I don't think that's her saying that, he's the R word. You know what I'm saying? Or so yeah, like saying she called your baby the R word is, I will say, I want to say it's a reach, but at the same time, like just that comment she made in the jacuzzi when she was with her friends and stuff like that, um, that was kind of like you basically called him. You basically say he looks slow, okay, just like you. So yeah, but let's continue, y'all.
More or less like the reason that stuff be said is because she want Jonathan to get mad at me and be like, "You out here calling my kid retarded? Like, what's wrong with you?" That's what she wanted. That's what that whole thing was, to get Jonathan to correct me, because he can't see everything on the internet. He can't see the interviews. She want him to just go off on me and then be mad at me, take my face out the profile, don't talk to me for a year. That's what that is. That's to get a rise out of him and make him mad at me. It was Chastity that called him the R word, not you. I think she's confused. Wow. I never heard Chastity say that, but I didn't say that. And I might have made some silly little stupid little immature jokes. I have already apologized to her and to myself and to my son on Beyonce's internet. And I meant no harm by it, because y'all just didn't understand what I was saying. I said if he need a kickstand, if my she I said she got my baby out here looking like he need a kickstand. If he need a kickstand or a helmet, I'll wear one with him. But y'all took it the wrong way. And that was at the time that I didn't even know that there was anything going on. I thought y'all was just on here making up some shit on Beyonce's internet. I honestly did not ever know or get a glimpse in, like, I don't know what it could be or what it is. I don't know. So I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that, okay, I had to accept recently that, okay, maybe they wasn't just joking, maybe the fans wasn't just being weird. Okay, and that was when her sister came out and said something. That was when the other sister said something on the Zeus network, and that was when I seen him in the restaurant. Before that, I wasn't taking it serious because I didn't see anything and I didn't know anything. Y'all saw me when I saw him at the courthouse. I said, I don't see nothing what y'all talking about. I thought it was still, I thought it was just still a troll at that point. I did not know anything. Or else I probably wouldn't have made the stupid little silly little comments, when she pissed me off. I would have been a little bit more heartfelt if her and Jonathan had came and said, look, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
When I started drinking warm water to help me lose weight, my friends laughed at me. But when they saw how fast it was working,
And I thought y'all was just.
Now, Carlos, let's not try to water down the kickstand comment because you said kickstand with your whole chest. Okay. Now, even though I feel like that has nothing to do with being the R word, let's not try to sit here and say, oh, that's not what you said. You didn't say, oh, if he need a kickstand, I'm gonna get a kickstand too. That's not what you said. Okay. And you did say, you know, baby look like he need a kickstand. Which I mean, even though it's a little harsh, like I mean, it's true though. It's true though. Okay, we still have not seen Baby Junior. standing on his own, okay, walking on his own, none of that. Okay. So, I definitely feel like she could have worded it a little better, or said it differently, but I mean she did say kickstand. Now I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard her say that, I cackled a little bit, okay, because I was like, kickstand is crazy, okay, not the kickstand. All right, but like, let's not try to water it down and make it seem like it wasn't what you were basically trying to say how it was, okay? Like, no. You know, you said what you said, stand on it, okay? Kickstand on it.
Trolling. Chastity, Eric, Rashawn out completely, then backpedaled. That's her sister. I mean, if I say something bad about my sister, of course I'm gonna be like, I was just my bad. You know, it's your sister. You can't like. Yeah, I didn't say that. So she definitely mixed me up with somebody. I love him no matter what he got going on. I love him in my heart like he ain't nothing going on, and I always will and always would. So I don't. I would never care if something even with my kids. if
And listen, y'all, we hold everybody accountable here, okay? Not just Krishan. Okay, I didn't sat on this on this channel and held Blueface accountable, Jaden accountable, everybody. Okay. Carlissa, you too. Like, we not finna do that. Okay.
they was moving slow or whatever the case may be, I would still have my baby pimped out here having a good time. Like we still cool. So I don't know how I got thrown under the bus for something her sister might have said. I'ma ask Chastity if she said that, but I didn't hear that for myself. And to be honest with you, Chastity has never confirmed that to me in any of our conversations. So technically, she was a good sister or is a good sister because she never told me nothing. And I asked before. I've asked her before and she never even said that. But I seen when her and her sister got into it and a lot of stuff was said. I didn't take all of it for face value because I know people say hurtful shit when they mad. But no, ain't no, it wouldn't even matter. You doing all of that, and we would be working through that. Like that wouldn't even be like that's some backwards shit. I wouldn't let you hide them. I wouldn't let you. We wouldn't be doing none of that. Blue is not ready to be a permanent caregiver for life. It's just not happening. That I don't think he's capable of either, especially not. I wouldn't say that either. When will you be at the new house? When you coming? Tell me when you pulling up to the new house, Tosh. Hopefully, Junior is getting the help he needs and is being shown. All you guys got to really do is, if you feel like something is wrong and you know something is wrong, just pray about it. And don't be stupid like me and just assume. Just say some prayers because I do regret some of the stupid shit that I've said, and I've apologized to my son. I've apologized to her, and I've apologized to everybody on Beyonce's internet. But hurt people when they hurt, and you know what I'm saying, my baby, my child, and you don't want my child to talk to me at that. There were some days I really didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. I didn't give a fuck about nobody's feelings. I didn't give a fuck about my own feelings. When you try to take somebody's child and convince them not to have a relationship with you after I done sat through all his snotty noses, everything he needed, all his good days and his bad days, his homework, not doing his homework. I done sat through all that shit, and you gonna come try to destroy that? You go into like that. I'm one day I'm gonna tell you guys how I felt in my heart with somebody playing with me and my child like that, and I knew it was going on, but he wouldn't tell me. All the sneaking and the don't say I talk to you, don't say this, don't say. I'm like, what the fuck is? And then some days he really wouldn't talk to me. Really wouldn't say nothing to me for like almost a year. Now imagine that. You lucky. That's all I said. That's my child. That's my baby. That's the last baby that came out my CUDA box. Well, my C-section box, whatever. You know, it was halfway hanging through and halfway hanging out one side, and then they got to cut. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm healing now. I'm feeling better. I regret a lot of things that I've done and I've said, but I can tell you for sure I was in a very dark and angry and just a mad woman place. Okay, so Carlissa, blink twice if you say Junior is your grandchild for safety reasons. Do I say that he's my grandchild for safety reasons? I say he's my grandchild because I seen him in a dream. And I also seen, I told y'all everything. I had a pain in my growing area, a real hard pain. And I prayed about it. I prayed for him. Then I got another dream and I knew his birthday was 9/30. Y'all T pages, that's my enemies. Y'all know this. I dreamt that his birthday was 9/30 and he came out on 9/3. So I dreamt that he was a boy and he came out a boy. So I don't personally have any reservation in my heart. Even if Jonathan tried to trick me, he couldn't trick me because God already showed me all my grandkids before they even came here. So I already knew somewhat that something was wrong because I had a pain in my growing. Remember I said that on live when she was like, how many months? Maybe 4 months. That whole time I was saying, that's not my baby. That's not my baby. That's not our baby. That's not our baby. Remember? Then I had the dream. I woke up. I had the pain in my side and I laid there and I prayed about it. And me and God had a moment and, I was like, and so when he had the hernia, I was like, oh man, maybe that was what I was dreaming about, the pain. That's the pain that I woke up to. I didn't know that it could be more to it. That was just God letting me know what it was. So that's why you ain't never heard me deny him. It ain't that I'm scared of her, no, or scared of John or none of that. I'm not scared of nobody. Everyone immature as fuck behind this baby. There was one person in particular who was, that's at fault. We know that for sure. But yeah, we've all not taken things as serious as we should, and some of us because we didn't know. Thank you for answering. You're very welcome. Do you think John can be a special needs dad? I didn't get special needs information yet, but do I think that he could? I think that anybody could grow into doing anything with the right help and the right training. And that if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. If you're a dad, you can't call yourself a dad if you can't handle what comes with being a dad. You can't call yourself a dad at all if you can't handle all your kids. Dre is scared for Blue and said he better claim him because Krishan known for setting people up. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard him say that. I don't know what that was all about because I never really known them to be scared of anything or anyone. So I can't tell you. Blue don't have patience or love for Junior. How do you know if he has love for him or not? That sounds crazy to even, he ain't even got a chance to love him. How old was the baby when he went to jail? He was in jail just months after the baby got here. He ain't even had a chance to hold the baby since he was an infant. So I don't know how you would know that. But he haven't even got a chance to love the baby yet. The way some of y'all talk about disabled children, yeah, you should be scared to say some of them words. He wouldn't post his genitals. I really, in my heart of heart, all of us believe that he just desperately wanted it to get fixed. If you know a man that's vain about his private area, you would know important it was for him to want his child's area to be fixed. Okay, some men, think that that's their pride. It ain't their hair, it's they joint. So I'm pretty sure, if anything, John was stressed out about that area being fixed more than anything. He probably wanted that fixed the day he came out. What I can say though is, and what I do appreciate is that through the whole like madness, like even though we dislike each other, we feel some type of way, I do still hear her saying his grandmother. So she ain't as evil as I think she is, because sometimes I keep hearing the buzzwords that she ain't fixing to play with. She don't say that lady, that woman, she said, did you hear what his grandmother be saying about him? I pay attention to people's words. I pay attention to their words. She not fixing to try to fully take his grandmother from him, because she could have said, I ain't his grandmother. So sometimes you got to pay attention to people's words too. Ma'am, she is a Satan spawn. She definitely worked for him. She definitely got one foot in and one foot out. But we gonna pray that she dragged the other foot out, because we don't want the baby mama to go to hell. Carlissa, you have respect for Ronnie's mother claiming her grandchild. I haven't heard her say that was her grandchild, so let's be respectful, especially in that area. Make him still take a DNA test. I mean, that's what he would have to do for his own conscience. For my conscience, I just need to hear what God got to say. She says that to be hurtful. Blame her mom. She had a crazy childhood. If she says you're not, that go against her narrative. Shit. You could always say the Jonathan's mom. She don't have to call me his grandmother. She could have said, "Have you heard my baby daddy's mama?" There was other ways to put it without saying my baby's grandmother. She was possessed. Carlissa, why Angela called the baby it when she corrected herself? She laughed. I don't think she was calling him like a it. She was saying, when women don't have kids yet, they just say she don't have no kids yet. So I don't think she really understands when you say. I mean, Krishan called the baby it before. The own mother called him it. So I love that you keep things positive and feeling that you're kin, but you need to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she done called him the kid before, the it before. I don't think she was. I don't think she was word playing when she said that, because she didn't even have to really say that Jonathan claims all his kids and loves all his kids. She could have been a whole weirdo and just not even entertained the conversation at all, because she said she didn't want to get into a dialogue about any one of the baby mamas, because she don't want no problems in that area. And I think that's a great place to start. We will wait until Blue gets out and see the outcome. Yahweh. Krishan called him. It may be more than anyone. Why Blue don't like dark-skinned women? He's had a dark-skinned girlfriend before. His first girlfriend was dark-skinned. Was she the first girlfriend, or was it Angela first? I think Angela might have been first, and then the Ethiopian girl, then Jaden. But I don't think dark skins like my sons. I ain't never seen no dark skinned girls like my kids. Maybe the dark skinned girls don't like them. Carlissa, do you think Blue will get back with her after all the stuff she did to him? I personally don't think that she would want. She knows where she's at with that, and he's not gonna like give you the love and treat you the way you want to be treated. Like no man comes back and treats you like that. So I would just be smart and keep going. I'm just gonna hope that, because men just don't know how to treat us after we done been around the world and they don't treat us good after that. Carlissa, is Blue acknowledging Krishan as his child? That's what the girl said. She said that's what he told her. He ain't never told me, Mama, that ain't my baby. And when I asked him, he just said he wanted to get out and take care of all his kids. He's not even mad at Krishan for being with the guy or nothing. He's totally okay with her being with the guy. I specifically asked him that, and he told me to be respectful of it and that he didn't have nothing against it. I don't think Blue sticks to one ethnicity. He seems like he's dipping in all the flavors. Oh, Jesus. Girl, y'all don't know how bad I'll be glad when he just says, you know what, this is it. I don't want to do that kind of stuff no more. Like, that's a mother's dream. That is a mother's dream for them to just be able, because once you get that out of the way, you can focus on your career, your money, your movement. And all of us women know once you get a real wife, you get real powerful. And if you do the wife right, you make all the right moves. But when you just be running around like this, you lose stuff, you can't keep stuff, you're in, you're out. But once you get a wife, you get a good thing. That's what the Bible says. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Amen. You stuck beside his mama knows best. Girl, mama, we don't have no choice. Even when they cuss us out and embarrass and be in Walmart showing out and the teacher called, the principal called, and you want to disown your kids so bad. You want to tell them to go away. You don't want to go up to that jail. You don't want to go talk to that judge. You don't want to do none of that shit no more. And you still have to, no matter what. Because you won't be able to go to sleep at night if you don't. And if you're able to go to sleep at night, you the devil. Auntie podcast, this live, I keep having to log off. Somebody being messy. Tasha. I'm going to look for that name. She said, stop talking about Krishan Dior. Yes, I agree. Let's talk about... Well, they not talking about Krishan. They talking about my grandson. They talking about my son. They talking about moving forward. I haven't heard nobody say anything about Krishan, other than referring to her as my grandson mom or do my son want to be with her. I haven't heard nobody say nothing else. Angie is the longest friend, but does that mean she's the best? That may be him settling. We know Jonathan ain't gonna settle. My other kids maybe, but Jonathan ain't gonna settle. Jonathan ain't gonna make that decision until he is downright ready. He don't care how many kids you have. He don't care.
Jonathan ain't gonna settle. Huh? Okay. What? Crazy. He already did. And even though it was never official, okay, but dude had a whole 2 seasons of shows with this girl. Okay. He was, you know what I'm saying? That sound like settling to me. Okay. Going all over the place with a girl who done broke into your home. Okay. Writing on your wall with her, you know, with her blood. Okay. Refusing to leave your home. But he didn't settle. She done put her hands on you. But he didn't settle. Okay. I mean, the list goes on. Okay. But you want to talk about Jonathan never settles. Okay. Ciao.
How many rings he buy, he is not finna just pretend that he want to be somewhere that he don't want to be. Not unless you paying him a lot of money. He might do it. He might do something strange for a piece of change. Blue needs.
And did. Okay. He did something very strange for a piece of change. Okay. Oh, I cracked myself up. No, but for real. Okay. Went through all that, tolerated all of that just to collect her baddies checks. Okay. Okay. That's how you know. Yeah, he loved him some money and got her for every dime she got. Okay. Then she tried to turn around and force him to pay her and oh give me the money I earned and da da da. You already signed it over, ma'am. Okay. Show a mess.
God only. God did not intend for man to be alone. He needs a good woman. God intended for man not to be alone for a reason. He needs a good woman, and he needs to be ready for a good woman. Because if you get a good woman and you're not ready, it'll turn into the worst disaster of your life. Okay. He needs to be ready for when God gives him that woman. He settled with rock. I personally, and this is just me.
Hello? Didn't I just say that? That's crazy. And it. Okay. Let's just keep it a butt. That's so funny. Somebody commented talking about he settled for Rod. Ciao.
As his mother, I have never one day in life seen him take her seriously. Through this whole ordeal, I have not seen a serious bone in his body when it came to her. And that's just my opinion as his mother. Not one bone in my body says Jonathan was ever considering her as a serious relationship. Now, Jiggy, maybe. Jaden, for sure. But until we figure it out, that's the only thing I've ever seen. And when you're a mom and you look your kid in the eye and you say, what the fuck going on? You know when they blink, you know when they hold their head sideways, you know when they held their head up straight. You know what time it is. I have not ever seen in the entire 3 fucking years that they've been going back and forth that Jonathan had anything sincere about being with her or having kids with her or getting married to her. And I wish he would have listened to me because that would have saved both of them a lot of heartache. But us mothers, we know. If you ever want to know if the man is serious about you, ask the mother. She will tell you. Because if she don't tell you, she gonna be in she gonna break code section 101, okay? So if a woman want to hang out with my son and do funny things with him, or just have a good time with him, or just date him, or whatever the case may be, that's life. That's what people do. But if you come up to me and say, you know what, moms, I'm getting a little serious about him. You think he on the same page as me? A mother has a right and an authority to tell you the truth. She can't lie for him. Now I could be quiet the whole time and let y'all run around and gallop through the neighborhood and have fun together. But if you ask somebody's mama and tell them I'm serious about him, she is not allowed to lie to you. That's a woman code. We have to tell you the truth. And not one day did I ever get that from Jonathan. So, and that's not just because she whooped my ass or we don't get along, because that don't mean nothing to me. I've been forgave her for that. The only thing I had a problem with forgiving her for was trying to take my son out of my life. And that's the only problem I've ever had with her. I forgave her for the ass whooping. I forgave her for the back and forth. I forgave her for, the stuff, him in jail. I forgave her for everything. The hardest thing that was for me to forgive her for was trying to sabotage me and my son's relationship. After just knowing him for like a year, like you want to take the whole mother out his life after knowing him for a year. But that's the only thing. So I would always have told her the truth. I would have told her, go on, girl, down the road. I told her the truth when I met her. Y'all don't want to accept the truth, so let it be. He never took Jaden serious either. That's not true. Jonathan looked me in my face and told me in my house.
Now that is true, okay? Because remember when Krishan had came into the picture at first, Carlissa did sit down and have an interview with her, okay? And she was asking, I heard that you wanted to start a family with my son. You think you ready for that? Like, I don't, you know. And Krishan said something along the lines of, like, oh, I'm ready for anything because I got God type of situation. Okay. But she did tell her from the get go. See, now I got to pull up that receipt because she did. She did say that. So I'm not going to lie. This particular part right here, she definitely made a point. Okay. Because she's been telling her from the beginning, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should be, procreating with my son. I don't think that is a good idea. Okay. So yeah, she was right on this part. I will give her that. Okay.
That's gonna be my wife. I think I would need for you to give her that last piece of chicken, and please respect her. So that's not true. That's not true at all. Because I'm surely looking at him like, you told me this was gonna be your wife. Else I wouldn't have been putting up with all that bullshit neither. So that's not true. Now people do. You might find a man. But he might change his mind. But the minute he changes his mind, his mama gonna know. And that's when I'm gonna tell you, push off, girl. He ain't there no more. And he probably ain't coming back. That's when the mama supposed to tell you when the changes take place. And I will tell you, yes, he trusts Jaden with all his soul, all his jewelry, and everything he got. He will forever trust her. She is the most trustworthy friend he's ever had in his entire life. So, yeah, I agree that he trusts her for sure. She ain't dare finna take none of his jewelry or none of his money and put it around another nigga's neck just to get a rise out of him, even if she can't stand him or don't like him. She not finna do no weird shit like that. I can guarantee you she would never do that. Because sometimes when we do stuff.
And okay. And Child, clock it. Okay? Because that is true. Well, we would be having so much to say about Jaden, but at the end of the day, she's definitely not gonna do nothing like that. What Jaden look like going with another man, letting him wear her chain? What? Excuse me? Okay. Come on now. Let's be real here.
To get people mad, but some of our integrity got to be there. When we got integrity, some things you just can't do. And she got a whole lot of integrity. I don't care what nobody say. She's probably the best pick for him. As far as a wife, I can't choose that for him. I know he feels some certain type of way about, not wanting to do things while he was in jail or whatever. And maybe, sometimes when you at your most vulnerable moment, like I said yesterday, those are the moments that matter the most. You know what I'm saying? We could be tired and at our wits end, but you know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to go that one more mile, and then it'll be solidified. But when you check out, when we get ready to check out, that's why God say, he who stays in the race to win is usually the person that wins. Like when you check out at that most vulnerable moment, as mothers, we can't. We don't have a choice. Because if Jonathan would have been my man, I might have checked out too. I might not have made it. But that's the time when you got to separate the partnership and the friendship and say, you know what? When this ninja get home, I'm gonna let him have it, right? But when a person is locked in a 4x4 and they mentally got to get out, not it ain't even so much, just mentally. Like that's the time when you got to tap into like, I love this person in my soul, and no matter if I'm with them or not, I want the best for them. I don't want to have nobody's life tied up because we had a moment. You know what I mean? Like that's where you gotta be when you get that person, it's gonna be that moment. You gonna have that moment. That's what stands a marriage. You ain't gonna like your husband every day. Some days you gonna wanna drive him into a pole. But that's the day you gotta tuck that tail and be like, you hungry? Or if your partner gets sick, that's why God said, till death do us part. Being in jail is like one of them moments. Like some people get sick and you got to be there for your spouse. Even if you don't plan to be with them, you done with them. When somebody you love is in a vulnerable moment in a place like prison, you got to step up and be their friend. I'm going to be here with you. I'm going to rock this out with you. But when you get home, I'm going to tell you the truth. Ain't going to be no home to come home to me to. But I'm going to help you get through this. They both wrong. He put her through hell. Yes, I don't know that he put her through hell, because Jonathan have told everybody, even you and me, that he don't want no wife or no girlfriend, and he don't want to be tied down to nobody. Since when? Every song, every time he turned the camera on, every time he had a kid, every time he have never lied to nobody about what he feel. It's sad to say, but I believe they needed this separation. Now they can figure out if it's even worth fighting for. That's an interesting thought, too. Everybody have known, even I have known. I have told Jaden and Krishan, he not that guy. He not that guy. He ain't the guy. He ain't the guy. I've told them more than he told them. He not the guy. Okay? Even if you have another baby, he still ain't gonna be the guy. Now he might be the guy next year or the year after, but he ain't the guy. And you can't not be mad at somebody that's not ready to be in that place with you. You can't be mad at that. You got to ask them. You got to look your partner in their face and say, are you doing this, just to do this, or this something you really want to do? Because I'm cool with being your friend and your homegirl if you're not ready. You got to be that type of woman. Because when I got with my husband, he wasn't ready. I had to wait like a year, maybe a year and a half. Like, he wasn't the guy when I got with him. He was asking me shit like, send me a video of you playing with yourself. He wasn't the guy. I had a choice to like move on and try to find the guy or wait for another guy. Like, this nigga is a straight perv. He trying to be 40, 50, almost 45 years old, still trying to be asking for some videos. He ain't the guy. But I said, you know what? He funny. He funny. He like to eat. We gonna laugh a little bit. I ain't gonna take him serious. I'm gonna be his friend. And that's where you gotta be at. And if I didn't turn out to be the girl, I can't be mad. I cannot be mad if he decided he wanted to move around and see what he wanted to do. Because you really want somebody to go out and see what they want to do. And if they come back to you, they yours. You want somebody to be able to like, not to be like just sitting here, you know, as a backup plan. Like, y'all got to learn how to be these ninjas' friends. Laugh a little bit, eat some of their food, spend some of their money, spend a lot of their money. But if you meet a guy and you see a good quality in him, he's a good friend, he laugh a lot, he make you laugh, be their friend. Don't let your heart get in the way of that friendship until he ready. Because guess what? You might have other friends too. You should have other friends. If he exploring his options and you exploring your options and y'all happen to meet back up and say, you know what, we was the best thing for each other. I don't know why I didn't just do this in the first place. It's gonna last versus I still wonder if I want to do this. You see what I'm saying? Like, and Jonathan was never, y'all heard Jaden on the last episode. I know he wasn't ready. He just was moving through the motions. I don't think John had any intentions on meeting Krishan or hanging out with Krishan or doing any of that stuff. You know, they got together, they made a lot of money, they got bamboozled, the enemy crept in on both sides, even though I told them both. And that's what it was. And this happens to everybody all the time. It just doesn't happen to y'all in public. Y'all's is not on display because y'all not famous. But this has happened to y'all. I looked in y'all pictures. Y'all all over there can't find y'all baby daddy either. Y'all over there playing like y'all got it all together. And Jaden was cool with it. She just got to that stage that she wanted to settle and he was not ready. There you go, Mama Cass. Let's pin that because that's the God's honest truth. Pin that. That's the God's honest truth. She started off on the right foot, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like Krishan came over there and jingled her bell, and you can't let nobody jingle your bell. You sit back and say, I'm about to spend both y'all money. Let's see how that work out for you. And be his friend. I spent up all their money and been their friend. Hey girl, how you doing? I know he ain't ready, but you gonna try to force him to be ready. And then if he go too far and he have a kid, you don't want to be with the kid, that's your choice at that point. Nah, that kind of broke the commandment. I ain't looking for that, and I ain't waiting for that either. And I feel like maybe that's where she went in her mind. That's where she's at, and that's totally her choice. Are you going to be sad if he disowns you again? Never again in life. They all get one chance in life. I done already checked him and said, look at here, baby. I'm your mama, not your little friend. And none of this means that I'm about to change and be one of your little friends. I'm always going to be your mama. Y'all, we've been on here a long time. We've been on here for almost 2 hours that I was supposed to be working out. I done did 10 laps and I was supposed to go for a walk, but I'm going to get me some lunch and go to sleep. This is about to hang up on y'all in 1 minute. So go ahead and say what you got to say. Don't give it up right away, ladies. Yes, do not give up that toonie noonie right away. Let them get it from somebody else, okay? When does Blue get out? Any day. Carlissa, cook up some fish and grits. That sound good. Ooh, I might. Send me the party invite. Oh, you coming down for the birthday, Tosh? Oh, you talking about the party invite for John to come home? This is TED Talk, full on jewels. Thank you, Blue Girls Club Network. This the mama talk, the auntie talk. I know I be bullshitting, but I be trying to make sure y'all get something out of it. Could be sooner, yes. Okay, Tosh, I'm gonna send you the info.
Okay, so yeah, that is what she had to say about everything going on. Okay, now, for the most part, she did drop some gems here and there, okay, but other than that, there was a few things that I was kind of like, like, so you just gonna keep making excuses for? I get it, it's your son, you know what I'm saying, but let's stop trying to normalize being a womanizer, not, you know, playing with this girl, playing with that girl, all over the place. But um, like at the same time, she has a point. I do feel like, hey, like if it didn't work out, I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to move on, right? Okay, but yeah. So that's what she had to say about the whole little interview. It was a few people in the comments asking her certain questions. Okay, but yeah. Okay, let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Let's get into it. 1 second, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about that, what she said, and all that. Okay. Um, let's see. Yeah, she is a flip flopper. She be here, she be there, she be everywhere. Okay, where I be confused. I be confused. Hey Ari. Hey love. You said girl was had me dying when she how she did that because it's the truth. Right. No, for real. That's exactly how it went down. Okay. For real. You said I'm still mad at Carlista though, because if she keeps saying that's her grandbaby, why doesn't she get him some help? Right. That's a good point. That is a good point. Okay. If that was my grandbaby, I would be at the courthouse right now getting my grandparent rights. Okay, what? Because that is a thing. That is the thing. Hey, Natasha. You said Carlissa says a lot of crazy things, but during this time in the circus, she has a lot of good points. She do. She do. If my son's ex beat my ass before, I will probably say some slick ish sometimes about her. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, for sure. You got a point, sis. You said, I'm so effing tired of Carzilla. If she can't keep Krishan name out her mouth, I see where Blue gets his shenanigans. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, Carzilla knows the baby is not her son. Right. Right. Yeah. Definitely, I understand why Blueface is the way he is. Okay. For real. No type of guidance on from the mama or the daddy. Okay. None. He said, I think she was definitely throwing shade at Junior's abnormal appearance and development. Stop gaslighting. If it was genuine, you wouldn't have said anything to social media and addressed her privately. Right. Yeah. I think she was, low key throwing some shade. Okay. Now, I do think the whole little situation in the jacuzzi where she was like, "Oh, we look slow." Now that was absolutely shade to me. Okay, talking about we all look slow. Da, da, da. Like that didn't even need to be said. Okay, maybe she had too much wine. I don't know, but for her to say something like that was kind of crazy. Okay. And then the way that she had made that kickstand comment, I could see why people would be offended. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, did she lie though? Okay. Like, let's just be honest here. Okay. We still have yet to see Junior walk, crawl. I mean, anything of the sort. We still have not seen that baby dude. He can't even, like, last time we seen him, he still wasn't holding his own bottle. And that was like a month ago. Okay. It was about a month ago. So it's like, you know what I mean? Of course, it's going to be harsh to some people, but I mean, for those that could kind of look past that and be like, okay, yeah, she got a point. You know, um, I get both sides. I do. I said, why are you even entertaining it? Yeah, child. For some reason, she just has to, child. Carlissa K shut her mouth for nothing or nobody. Okay, nothing or nobody. She may not have said the R word, but sure was implying it in the jacuzzi. Oh, yes, absolutely was. And she likes to push that line and then play victim. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, I just can't believe how Carlissa said, sits online explaining their personal business to strangers. Right. I will never understand it. And then turn around and be like, mind your business, mind your business. Like, huh? We wouldn't even be knowing about this, ma'am, if you didn't even, tell us or show the video, whatever. Okay. For real. Yeah, kickstand was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Kickstand was absolutely insane. Okay. Child, but it's true though. It's true. Poor baby can't stand on his own, walk, nothing. I mean, for what we've seen, she literally had him on stage not too long ago and would not let him go. Couldn't stop like trying to adjust herself or anything. Like, I feel like in that moment, if she could have, she would have put him down. Okay. Real. If she knows not Chrissy Ann, I'm sorry. Chrissy Ann is crazy. Baby ain't no Ken. A real granny would have addressed her concerns behind the scenes. Yeah, right. You got a point. No, because it is a lot of people that feel like that's Ronnie's baby. Okay. At this point, it's anybody's baby child. A lot of people seem to think it's the cousin's baby. Okay. The cousin that she was allegedly hunching. All right. Child. It ain't no telling. It ain't no telling at this point, child. A mess.
Pick up! It's my baby, boss. He's lying. I'm the father of that baby, boss.
Boss, I'm that baby's daddy.
Any fool can see that baby belongs to me.
I want it different. That little rascal belonged to me.
Proud to say, boss, I'm that baby's daddy.
I be the paw, boss.
I'm the paw of that there youngin', boss.
I'm the pappy.
Okay, type she. Okay. A mess. Hold on 1 second, y'all. You say Krishan just like soda fizz, up with a dude, then go flat real quick. Right, that part. Okay. Whew, I thought I had to sneeze. My bad, y'all. You said like she's really sitting there reading the comments out loud and responding to absolute stranger. Right. It was okay, ciao. A mess. A mess. That's how you could low key see that she likes the attention. She likes the attention. I feel like she wants people to ask questions. Hey, Carlos, quit instigating. You're not nobody's spokesman. Right, Gigi. For real. Speaking for her son. Okay. Y'all just got cool. Like I'm pretty sure he don't want you speaking for him. Okay. Now, I'm glad y'all cool with each other and y'all are working on y'all's relationship. But I'm just saying, like, Carlissa, relax. Okay. This is probably why he cut you off in the first place. You talk too much. You're too messy. Like, just, you don't have to speak on everything. Okay. For real. Hold on 1 second. Zara needs to stop, right? She's being very disrespectful to Ronnie's mom and family. Child. I can't wait until they have a real DNA test. Yeah, I wonder what she's gonna say. That pain was if it shows he's not a Blueface child. Right, that part. I really hope he does get out and handles that. You know, nip it in the bud. See what's going on, and then after that, move accordingly. For real, because if that's not his child, okay, then there's no need for them to even be in contact for real. Okay. Like I would cut her all the way off. Like I wouldn't want nothing to do with the girl. No type of dealings. You know. You're praying about it. Won't change Junior's situation. He needs help. Exactly. Pockets. Okay, you can say all the prayers you want, but if it's no action behind that prayer, of course it's not gonna get answered. I mean, not in your timing, okay? For real. You gotta put action behind that prayer now. Okay. Hey TK. Is I keep picturing her wearing a clown though? Child, right. And she must still breastfeed them when they're on on good terms. You know what? Not the breastfeeding child.
Good, bro.
Yeah. Child. Breastfeeding is crazy. He said Blue is definitely her golden child. She rarely mentions poor Dre. That part, Dre, Callie, I mean, most of the time when she's on live doing her little ranting and stuff, it's about Blueface. Okay. Now, every once in a blue moon, you might hear her speak about Callie. Definitely never really heard her speak about Dre until he was, once again incarcerated. Then she talked about him for a brief moment, then went right back to Blueface. Okay, so I think it's clear who her favorite is. Okay. He said, as insane and willfully blind and ignorant she is, a good woman would not be trying to sabotage her man's relationship with his mom. Yeah. If anything, she would be trying to get them to repair their issues. Exactly. I said the same thing. Like, if you really love a man, like, and he was at odds with his mother, you would want them to work on that. You would want them to get along and like have a relationship with each other. But with Krishan, she just doesn't give that. Okay. It's giving you want them to have some sort of division between one another. Like you don't want them to get along. Okay? For real. Yeah, just because he's been with Jada for 12 years doesn't mean he took Jada serious. Exactly. Yeah, he cheated for half of it, if not all 12 years. Exactly. Clocking Natasha. For real. History means nothing. History means nothing. He's been playing in Jada face. Been playing in Jada face. And she still, I told y'all we gonna hold everybody accountable here, okay? Like Jada should have been like, as much as I respect her, and I do love me some Jaden, okay? At the end of the day, she should have been exited, stage left, okay? Let's just be honest here. He said if Jaden pulled the stunts Krishan has pulled, they would be dragging her through the mud. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. He said, right, if anything, homie is putting a chain around my neck. Exactly. Hello? Only an infinite man um would endure that mess. Where do they do that at? Oh, in Cristiano Mobile. Cristiano Mobile is crazy. But no, for real. Okay. This is my first time seeing a female like let a man rock a chain. Her chain? What? Like, that is the unthinkable. Like, absolutely not. The hell? The helly? Like, it just is crazy. And I told y'all that was a red flag from day one. You want, like, he couldn't wait to show off that little chain she let him wear, okay? Whole time, you know what I mean? Whole time, that was the matching chain that she got with Blueface, okay? It's like, I wouldn't want no parts. Like, no, that's attached to another man. I'm good. Like, what is going on here? Okay. Hey, Abday. Hey, love. Hey, inspirational. I see Cleopatra in the building. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. You said Blueface is an insecure weirdo. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. How can he be mad that Jaden did her thing instead of being proud of her? Exactly. Exactly. Like, she put up with a whole lot of, okay. Yes, most of it willingly, but she's moving on and she wanna, get to know other people, then so be it. And that's the thing about Blueface. He does have a control type of vibe to him, okay? Like he always gotta be in control. Like he just he don't like, I don't know, like, but it's crazy because it's like you out here doing what you want to do, but when Jaden goes and does what she wants to do, it's a problem. It's a big problem. Okay. So much to the point where you literally gave, I don't know how it happened, but somehow this girl got access to your YouTube to take down every single video of Jaden. Okay. Now, could he have gotten hacked? That could be a possibility. But I'm just saying, like, it's giving you gave somebody your password and gave them permission to do that. Okay. Because I know for me, I'm not gonna just give my password to my social media, like, YouTube, whatever. I'm not giving that password out to just anybody. And if I do, and I'd ask you to do something, then you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Okay. Because ain't no way I'm finna give my password to the next person to delete, you know, my exes or my BMs, music and stuff like that. Like, you was mad. You was big mad. Okay. And you gave permission to somebody to do that. For sure. For sure. He said, I can't stand when mamas make their sons their wannabe boy. Not their wannabe boyfriends. Child. Yes, honey. She said she gonna stick beside him. Okay. Right or wrong. Joe, you said Carlissa does nothing but make excuses for him all the time. Yeah, he absolutely did Jaden wrong. He did. He did. She just said he told her he wanted to marry Jaden. Now she's saying he told everybody he didn't want a girlfriend. Exactly. Man literally got on his knees and proposed to this girl. Okay. Child, a mess. A mess. You said she sounds slow. You're not logically or wise or nurturing. Doesn't have to be perfect, but too much wishy washy. Yeah, her bitter, right. Sure. One second. He said, remember blue name, not on birth certificate. Yep, no rights until paternity is established. Exactly. He gonna have to do that. You know? Because if that is your child, which a lot of people seem to think is not, okay, um, then go handle that. If you feel like that Zeus test was fishy or you feel like it was rigged or whatever, yes, absolutely. Go get another test done. Now, allegedly, I did hear people say that the reason why they really fell out, because Krishan was, oh, I'm Mrs. Porter, we're married, and I'm wifey, and he's my husband. You know, yeah, apparently, allegedly, from what I've heard on the social media streets, okay, the whole reason why they even like split, quote unquote, is because um Blueface asked her for a DNA test. Okay. Now I don't know how true that is, but I did hear that. Okay. And she basically denied it or whatever. And that's when, you know, she hit the fan. Okay. Um, he said whatever slick stuff Carlissa says about Junior is Rock's fault for ruining his health on camera. Right? The world will never stop talking because she did it in public. Exactly. In 4K. Okay. Joe. That's true. And she low key threw shade in the jacuzzi. Oh yeah, but kids are off limits. Yeah, I agree. Like when I seen that video, it definitely did not sit right with me. Um, just the way she said it and the way they was laughing, thought it was just the funniest thing. Like I just not cool. Okay, not cool. Now, you know, we do talk about Junior. We do address our concerns here on this channel. But other than that, we have never been on this here channel making fun or poking fun at that little boy. Okay, that innocent child. Like never. Okay. Anything we talk about regarding Junior is for, health concerns or things we feel like could be, going on with him or, the way he's not meeting his milestones. Like that's literally it. I don't condone anybody, talking about kids like that. Like it was giving shade. It was. It was. Like the way she talked about Junior like that in the jacuzzi, it was inappropriate. It made me feel uncomfortable and I didn't like how she said it. Like even though she didn't outright say it, like just by her actions and what she's saying, you could tell what she was trying to insinuate. Okay. For real. Yes, Grape, they're all unstable creatures. Okay. Unstable creatures. Okay. For real. Real, you said Junior needs to have money. To have many of the symptoms of. Oh, yes, CP Rock is a huge monster. That's what a lot of people have been saying on social media. Okay, that is one of the many different things that people feel like could be going wrong with Junior. Okay, That's crazy. And I think, from what I remember, I think we had looked up the symptoms and stuff like that, and some of them did kind of make sense. Okay, did kind of make sense. If she could have talked to Krishan in private, not bringing the children's or the child's personal situation in public, be a freaking cloud chaser. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But for some reason, with these people, um, like I don't be getting it. Like y'all don't have a confidant to go talk to about this or something. But no, I feel like social media is their diary. They gonna keep coming up here and telling all their business, and they get mad when people have an opinion. Okay, for real. You said the fact that the baby is sucking a bottle says a lot when he's almost 2. Exactly, at damn near 2 is crazy. Okay, can we be honest for a minute? Junior is literally 20 months now. Okay, that baby should be running, okay, from the other side of the room to the other or whatever. He should definitely be a little bit more vocal. Okay, baby not even holding this bottle. We still have yet to see this baby walk, crawl. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, are we really gonna just ignore the obvious? Okay, for real. You said at this point I'm the baby's mama and daddy. I'm so weak.
Good, bro.
Yeah.
Child, not the mama and the daddy. You are hilarious. No, for real. Okay. Child, because at this point, I feel like we Junior's last hope. Okay. It's crazy. And shout out to you, Melanin Mommy, for the Cash App. I appreciate that love. That's so sweet. I just seen it. She said, favorite channel and keep doing you on here. Aw, thank you, love. Thank you so much. See, this is the type of stuff that keeps me going. I really love when y'all show me love like that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For real. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, love. You said Carlissa did her own interview, right? Not Carlissa did her own interview. I'm so weak. Tired she. Yes, they're both toxic. Absolutely. Very much so. He said when the results come in and the truth come out, that's when Krishan gonna finally shut up and career officially over. Yeah, embarrassed ain't the word, child. Ooh, I can't wait. We're gonna be right here talking about it. Okay. And no matter how many men Krishan goes through, they're not blue. So she'll forever be chasing a fantasy. Yeah, I was thinking that's so crazy you say that inspirational because I was thinking that earlier. Like, she gonna try to dibble and dabble. She gonna try to, but it's like there's only one blue face. There's only one blue face, and as toxic as he is, okay, um, I don't think she's ever going to get over Blueface. I mean, obviously, he gotta be a pretty, you know, I guess you could say like he cool because it's like he do got a lot of females on his roster. Okay, so if he will, if he wasn't like a quote unquote vibe or whatever, like I don't think they would be wasting their time. I mean, these girls is literally waiting in line. Okay, literally waiting for him to take them a little bit more serious. I mean, Angela, like look at Angela. She's been around. I think she was his first girlfriend in high school. Okay, she was there before Jaden. So it's like for her to still try to stick around talking about, oh, God's timing and all that. Like, obviously it's something about him that keeps these girls hooked or whatever, besides the D, of course. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to be able to find somebody like Blueface. Maybe come close. She may find somebody with similarities, but they're not gonna be Blueface. Okay, and that's why I feel like at the end of the day, she gonna be back. She gonna be spinning that block. Okay, absolutely. I hate to say it, but I mean, yeah, trauma bonding is a beast. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. 1 second, let me see. Yes, like the video, okay? Please and thank you. And I also think the reason Blueface has all these women and cheats so much is because of his own insecurities. Oh, yes, for sure. For sure. And low self esteem. The women obsessing over him makes him feel good about himself. That is true, Holy. That is absolutely true. Okay. For sure. He loves the attention. He loves how they, like, you know, just googly eyed over him. Okay. He definitely loves it. And he said he's in jail. He needed money from Krishan, so he allowed whatever to go on. The love of money is evil. We all know that. Yeah, money is the root of all evil. Okay. And that's a good point too, Tara. I do feel like, he probably was using her for her money, the little money she got at this point. Okay. But it don't matter how much money she got, she gonna fork it over to either to, she gonna fork it over to his books every time. Okay. For real. She said not too much on Jaden, and she has a son. She took as much as she could. Yeah, for the children and her family. I don't agree with it, but I understand. Oh yeah. Yeah, like that's why I say all the time, like it does get complicated when there's children involved. I get that part, but at the end of the day, like Blueface Ben showed her who he is. And if you knew he wasn't about that life, or you knew you didn't want to be in a situation like that, you know what I'm saying? You didn't want to share your man, then you probably should have, you know, left a while ago. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. No tea or shade, but yeah, like, you know, I'm glad she's finally seeing her worth now. But, like I said, Blueface been showing her who he is. Okay. So it's like, how much more do you need to see or do you need to take? You know what I'm saying? He said Carlissa was and is wrong for that jacuzzi video. I totally agree. And Blueface doesn't love Krishan. He loves how Krishan makes him feel. And that, yep, that's a guy. He loves how she bows down and worships him. Yep, yep, that part. It's since his mom never gave him that love, it made him emotionally attached. I agree. Clock it, Holy. Okay, for real. For real, this girl done got what, 7, 8, 9, 10 tattoos of this man. Okay. Literally had his toes in her mouth, child. I was like, oh, okay. Literally had his toes in her mouth. Like that girl was definitely, you know, is giving pick Misha. Okay. She said, you gonna choose me. You gonna choose me, baby. Child, a mess. Maze, you saying Anjanae stating the obvious that everyone sees regarding how she did her baby. Yeah, yeah, that part. Yes, absolutely. Save Junior. Absolutely. He said, even if Blue the father, I don't see a man with an ego as big as his being a parent to a disabled child. Yeah, if he could fully If he can bully a baby that he helped bring into this world, imagine what else you. Yeah, child. Yeah, that's a good point. And I've been saying, I'm not trying to bash him or nothing, but at the end of the day, from what I've seen, okay, because there's a lot of videos on the internet now, okay, Blueface is not exactly the best parent. Now, there's several occasions where I could name where I kind of, side-eyed him a little bit as a father because it's like, why would you do that? Like for instance, the whole video of him basically asking his son if he was gay, telling him why he in the pantry when it's strippers like shaking ass in a living room. It was one video I seen of him like sitting with Javon and basically trying to out him for taking explicit photos in his phone that I guess him or Jaden found. Okay, like definitely makes me question it. But yeah, he did bash Junior. So you're right. Even if if it does turn out to be his baby, like, it's nothing you could really put past him. You know? It's nothing you could put past him. And you say Angela's embarrassing. She is super embarrassing. Yeah, Blueface is a sin by fear. Okay. I really hate to say that, but he is. He is. Yes, hit that like, okay? Please and thank you. He said, imagine waiting over 12 years of your life and youth over a man whose roster you not even top five. You know what? Not the top five, child. Oh my God.
Good, bro.
Yeah. I am screaming because for real. Okay.
Yo, call declined. Embarrassing. Call
Super, super embarrassing. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God, I'm screaming. He loves the way they. He loves the way they love him. I am so weak. He sure did write that. He sure did. I love the way you love me. Looking at. Child, yeah, 12 years is a long time to allow disrespect. Yes, yes. It wasn't just one woman. There has been several. Exactly. More than several. Maybe a plethora. A plethora of women, okay? Child, a mess. We all been praying for Junior. We got to pray. Absolutely. Yes. Got to save that baby. Please save the baby. Okay. And Krishan should focus on securing stable and adequate shelter for her baby. Hello. Okay. Instead of worrying about getting a, stable home for her and her child or, getting him, some medical care or checkups or something, shots, something, y'all. Okay. Or, focusing on her baby and herself. She's out here focused on ninjas. Okay. Literally. It's crazy. You ain't even got a car right now. Okay. Them Ubers is expensive. Like, I don't know how you ain't at a car lot. I don't know how you haven't still been to a car lot and got you a new car, let alone a new wig. Okay. Don't get me started on the wig, child. Like, not Miss Rich. Not Miss Y'all broke, y'all broke. Y'all nobodies. Okay. But you can't even pay for a new hairstyle, ma'am? A car? A house? Nothing? Okay.
You rich. You can fix it.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay. Now, let me pull up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We got a few more comments. And not only did she smoke weed and drink, oh yeah, yep. Apparently she be popping something. Okay. He said, yeah, Bluey talking to Javon about the strippers is one of the most disturbing things. Yes, I've ever seen. Yeah, who the ghetto girl? Yeah, that was crazy. Like literally, when I first seen it, when I first watched that video, my mouth dropped. Like I'm like, I know he didn't just like I had to rewind it and everything. Like, child, a mess. They go ask him if he gay. Like, what? Who? What type of parent does that? Let a child be a child. You should be like, why would that even cross your mind? Okay. And that's what's crazy. Blue never that type of parent. It's like his whole morality changed when Krishan came into the picture. And you could look at old vids of him and Javon. Oh, yeah, old Blue would never. Right. Right. That part. Mind you, Blue has admitted to sleeping with over 5,000 women in a year. Oh, yeah, he sure did. In catching the STD of our so low. My mom would have slapped me for looking his way. No, for real. Facts. Okay, I remember that. He did say that. He did say that. So obviously, okay, his meat is tenderized. Okay. That street meat is tenderized. Okay. And you are completely on point about Uber. I had to $80. $80 for a business to take care of. Child, I'm telling you, them Ubers be costing. Uber everywhere. No, for real. For real. Yeah, them Ubers, child. Because mind y'all, I had just got into that accident. So there was a few times where, like I had a rental car for a little bit, but there was a time where I had to take Ubers and baby. Like that shit is expensive. Like when Uber first came out, it wasn't that bad, but now, like it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Okay. A pretty penny. Okay. But yeah, y'all. I just wanted to show y'all that live that Carlissa had did. Okay. Now let me show this real quick. I just want to show this little interview she did a while back. And then we'll get into the rest of the tea, okay? And remember, Carlissa did interview Krishan like a while back. 1 second, let me cue it up here. Okay. Now notice the first thing she asked her.
Is this true or false?
I ain't trying.
Okay. Because you're not ready for that right now, right? They saying that you're trying to get pregnant. Is this true or false?
I ain't trying.
Okay. Because you're not ready for that right now, right?
How am I supposed to answer this? Like,
I mean, you're a young artist with like unlimited possibilities.
But I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if anything,
I mean, we can do that, baby. But sometimes,
I mean, I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay. So for not Krishan, for Carlissa to ask her that, obviously, it was brought to her attention. Like, oh, she's trying to get pregnant. She's trying to have his baby. Okay. Child, a mess.
it pushes our destiny and our journey to hell and then back.
Not me. I'm special. I do everything I want.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Honest to God, I did. And it's 50 years later, and I'm just now sitting here. So yeah. I'm just giving you, a heads up that everything is You have everything going for you right now. That's the last
That's
thing you want to do.
why I'm just not like I'm not really focused on all that. Like I'm really going with the flow. I'm praying that my music shake. I'm just gonna be loyal as down as I can. And yeah, I really don't. I didn't really look into all that kid shit though, like having a baby and shit like that. I'm just vibe. If the vibe is a baby, that's the vibe. I don't know.
Okay, so I guess I should ask you about Jaden because she does kind of hang out on the tours and when the baby starts missing his daddy, are you guys gonna be able to bridge y'all's gap the way we did for, you know, my grandson's sake to be able to, hang out, get to know his dad's new artists and
I feel like everything is up to Blue. Like he just gonna know the timing. He gonna know what to do. I'm just here to just be down for like I'm trying to get this money.
So it's not something that you would be opposed to if the time came.
I feel like he know who I am, what I dislike, what I do like. He know if shit come about, he gonna have a conversation. We grown here, so it's like we have our communication is awesome. That's one thing I love about him. Like we communicate well. He's there when I really need him. I don't have nobody but him, and I'm living. I'm just ready.
Girl. Okay, cue the tears. Okay. There's probably somebody in the background holding up a card. Okay. Start getting sad. Start getting, girl. I don't have nobody but him. Mind you, okay. She got Jay and Marsh staying in her apartment that she did live in, but decided to, for some reason, move into Blueface's. Okay, without his consent. Okay, chill. Girl. A mess.
Ready to just make all this shit make sense.
May distract him from what he's trying to do.
Fuck no, I don't give a fuck what he do, bro.
No. I mean, as far as like, sometimes we take on things.
No, I love him for him.
No. Listen to me.
Like
I'm saying,
I don't mix myself with him. I really am just focused on what me and God talking about. And he's just using your son in my life. I don't really look at your son like he's somebody like I really need. Like once God make it clear that he's not someone that's in my life no more, but he made it clear that he's here forever. So it's up and it's stuck, cause that's how I feel. I don't know. What do you think? How you feel?
I guess it's hard for me because, like I said, I've been around my Cubs for a long time. And, when new people come about, we all have this, this resistance. When I met you before, you saw me, I was totally open. And then I don't know how we had, whatever that went on. I was being overprotective, of course, of Jaden. And that probably kind of pushed us into a different
That was
zone,
just you kind of being immature, but I fucked with it because.
Thank
facts,
you.
on facts. I feel like that was tough though. I don't give a fuck. It made the media. It did what it did. My nigga, I really just I see you for what God see. Like I know what God telling me about you. You lit. So well, all that.
Girl. Okay. She tried to say Carlissa was immature. Okay. Which is true, but at the same time, who are you to even say that? Okay. Like, girl, not you trying to clock his mama. Okay. Shout a mess. Now, I will say, at least Carlissa know how to conduct herself in an interview. Okay. You over here, being a hood booger, just cussing out a storm. Okay. Shout a mess.
I don't even see it. I just see it part of the part. If it's a downfall, it's a misunderstanding. Because when I'm around you, I feel amazing. I feel like you're my mother. But
Wow.
I don't know you. So it's like
Wow.
just chilling and vibing, hoping, get to know you, blessing, hoping that everything is going great because you are the mom, the guy that I met. But it's awesome. So, you know, I'm crying because I appreciate this moment so much.
Wow.
If you've been through what I've been through, you'll cry this whole way too. Like, oh my God, this is real. Cause it's so awesome.
Wow.
God.
So you know what? I have a different opinion after sitting with you today. I honestly, and I'm gonna take
What
it
was
back.
your first opinion?
I mean,
Let me know.
I'm reading the comments
You
like
heard it.
everybody else.
Why are you reading the
I'm saying,
comments?
is she on drugs? I'm saying, you know,
Really?
yes.
So what do you see?
I see a little girl. I see a mirror. I see a mirror. I see a mirror.
Oh. No, you ain't done. Give me my hug. What?
I said, I'm not gonna let this little girl break me.
I broke you, cuz. What you talking about? I'm family now.
You gonna pull my wig off?
You got that light out here up in the hills? Ain't telling my what? Got that light.
Okay, so Carlissa, she's been trying to tell her, hey, you got a whole life ahead of you. You're doing good right now. Like, you know, why are you trying to get pregnant, basically? Okay. And that was like, right, that was literally, I think, right after, it might have been during or after Blueface was filming Blue Girls Club. Okay. A mess. One second. Let me check y'all's comments. One second. You said while sitting in a nylon outfit, looking like she either just left the pole or about to jump on it. I'm so weak. Holy Spirit led folks cannot even bring themselves to show this much skin. Exactly. Hello? Okay. Make it make sense. You said, I didn't want to question someone's sexuality, but Krishan doesn't have a feminine bone in her body. Yeah, very masculine. And how she's outside looking like a bulldagger at Pride makes me look at Blue a little sideways. Show. A mess. I agree. She's very much masculine. I've been saying that is a little boy, okay? That is a little boy. You see, she looks like she just finished working the stroll. Not the stroll, no, for real. Just tacky, child. That is not something I would wear if I'm interviewing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm interviewing with my, little Yaya's mother, like, come on now. And that's how she got him. She kept talking about money, 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 and he's greedy and selfish. That's all he thought about. I agree. Oh yes, for sure, for sure. You know, he was like, might as well milk her for what she could get, pretty much. Okay, and it's just like, why buy the cow when you could get the milk for free? You have to really do nothing but exist. Okay, it ain't take much. Hey, April. And she has no respect at all. I see why she want to mess up. She want to mess up Blue and him and his mom relationship because she don't have him with her own mom. Yeah, that's a good point too. She probably is envious of that. You know, and she had Ronnie on the back burner. Oh yeah, yeah. And her sister Seki at the time. Exactly. Talking about she ain't got nobody. You got like 12 siblings. What? Sorry, you one of the 12 siblings, so 11. Correction. You got 11 siblings, a whole family. Okay. You got your friends. and like Ronnie as well. Okay, Ronnie was still in the background for sure. Okay, so it's like, what you mean you ain't got nobody? That's how you know that girl be doing stuff for sympathy. Okay, she wanted people to feel bad for her. She wanted people to feel sympathy for her. Absolutely. And she had her godparents too. Oh yeah, can't forget the godparents. Yep, who has helped her get out of everything. Exactly. Exactly. They was around. So what you mean you ain't got nobody? She made it seem like she was like dug in by herself, okay? Shout a miss. He said the sob story, the victimhood. Yeah, I knew she was young here, but this is a genuine manipulation. Oh yes, for sure was. For sure. You said her personality switch every 30 minutes. Oh, 3 minutes. No, for real. It do. It do. That's how you know she got some sort of personality disorder. Sure. Yes, hit that like, okay? Hit that like button. Um, but yeah, okay. Just when we was watching Carlissa, it made me think about that interview, so I just wanted to show up real quick. Okay. Now, moving right along, y'all, let's get into Rashawn's little rant, okay? Well, let me play the full version. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, y'all. So shout out to N some more, okay? So it says 15-minute Snapchat about her being outside, blah blah. Basically, her cat is still hairy. She only says this for Blueface. And then they said Figgy tried it, but only Blueface could cheat and play with her like that. Oh, and New Man's Glock name is already on her nails just because he sat with her through her nail appointment. It hasn't even been a week, okay? And it says, what is a Mr. Fairy Godmother? Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Now, let me say this before I even start the video. Like, when I seen this, because I seen like a short little snippet, the first video I seen, and I was like, oh, is she in a hospital? Like, oh, maybe she's finally getting Junior some help. Like, whole time she the patient. Okay. Okay, but child, let's get into it, y'all.
All right, so don't fucking mind. Sorry, I had a sinus infection, which created this big old problem for my asthma. Like lungs inflamed. I could barely walk to the bathroom. I just need treatment for my lungs, so that's why I'm here taking albuterol. I had to stay overnight. Long story short, I'm alive. They hooked me up to IV. They got me right. The wheezing almost gone. But I wanted to address the elephant in the room. This is for Hot Chocolate Tea page because y'all start posting a lot. I love my little tea pages, but y'all was confused. All Hot Chocolate said she in her zone. So let me tell you why I went in my zone. Okay, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Y'all seen I was with this nigga named Glock. Okay. Long story short, I'm back outside. I didn't want to be though. I really liked Titan. I loved what we had going on. But it came with something. It came with all these like drama. Like, for example,
I can't stop looking at that wig. Like, girl, so when is we gonna retire this wig, okay? Baby. What is going on here? All right. But yeah, she's starting to talk about, I think I showed y'all I showed y'all the video yesterday of her basically getting close and personal with another dude, other than Mr. Fig. Okay. So she about to get into that right now.
I get 3 text messages, right? Boom, boom, boom. I confront him about the messages like, hey, what's up with this? What you on? He just start saying the real. Basically, he was with this female. She holding him down. She making sure he's straight. She there. She's his number one supporter. And he just dropped it like a hot potato when he saw me start fucking with me. Shit going serious with us. But you see my interview. That's why I don't really deal with niggas that got bitches, because I don't know what you telling that bitch. I don't know what you want. So when all the truth came to the light, I went back outside. Like, Miami.
Yeah. Do you have any pacemaker or any implants? Do you wear glasses?
No.
Any contact lens? No.
No.
No. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, okay. I go to where do I go? I go to Oklahoma. Long story short, I say my farewell. We start talking through it while I'm in Miami, trying to like work through it, like, hey, what we want to do, what's the best? Because I can tell we actually liked each other for real, for what it was. But it was just, I was already overstimulated. And, you know, I treat my relationships like math. Once it starts getting confusing, I get to cheating, nigga. Like, not like.
Really? Okay. Straight out of the horse's mouth. All right. So amiss. And I've heard that before. Like, I think I seen that on like Twitter or something. That the same joke. Like, girl, can you ever be original? Okay. Talking about when the math gets confusing, I get to cheating. Girl, we heard that one before. Like, child. Amiss. She tried to say it as if she like came up with that. Like, girl, if you don't stop playing, okay. So, but that's mighty interesting of her to say. Okay. I mean, Blueface been clocked her. See, he been called her out for, you know, cheating on him even. Okay. I wouldn't even call it cheating because it's like it's more so like Blueface is doing his thing, and she was basically doing her thing. Okay. Child, a mess.
Do you know? Like, it was, I feel like I was already cheated on. But anyway. So, boom, Mother's Day come, he make that post. But then he find out, that's when he deleted it. And then he find out that I'm with Glock. I didn't know Glock was going to post that, for real, for real. I mean, I met Glock in Miami. Glock went to Atlanta. I went to Baltimore to pick up my son. Me and Glock just start talking. He was like, I'm coming to you. I'm like, shit, pull up then. He pull up to Baltimore. All right, I'm chilling with Glock. We cool. I like him. He a cool nigga. And he got that dog in him, so like, well, maybe this more my speed. Like, you got a bitch? He like, no. I said, okay. All right. So now let's back it up. So Titan, he popping in, mad. I'm like, yo, you fucked up first, my nigga. You fucked up in the beginning. You started it wrong. And look, trust me, I'm happy I did the celibacy shit because it just protected me in so many fucking ways, bro.
Yeah, because we know how you get over the D, okay? Child, but I don't care what nobody say. I don't believe the whole celibacy story, okay? I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but she's continuing to try to push that narrative as if she not, active. Okay. Girl,
Like, coochie still hairy, bro. You know how proud I am?
child. That is not the flex you think it is, okay? A mess. A mess. Now you got that Chewbacca, okay?
But this what I would say. It's something real. Like, it was something. Like, maybe because I fall in love insanely. And then he reciprocated that energy or spirit. But it's something. Like, me and Titan got... We don't... look, shit. I don't know. Because, like, I wish I was a bum on the street. Like, a bum at the corner. With no money, no clout, no fame, no nothing. No money, no nothing, no nothing. Just to see...
Huh? Okay. She's still trying to act like she just got all this money, baby. If you had all that money, hair would have been did. You just now getting your nails done. You was looking like a little boy by the hands in Miami. You was in a pool with some socks. Okay. We know you've been couch surfing. She swears she got a high rise penthouse in Baltimore. Okay. Like, girl, child, a mess. A mess.
How somebody will really treat me. Then I'll be like, oh, all right. You feel me? I already get this mad love, this mad thing, like, I want you type of vibe from a lot of niggas. And it don't really be genuine because of who I am. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really hard that I peep me just dating as a bit. Like, niggas literally be plotting like shit. You feel me?
Of course, because they seen how easy Blueface was able to, play with you and get his way. So, I mean, why not? Like, girl, and then not to mention you got this man plastered on the side of your face. Like, do you really think anybody gonna take you serious at this point? Okay. Let alone the other 7, 8, 9, 10 tattoos you got of that man. Okay. Let's not talk about the one you got right above your little poom poom. Okay. Come on now.
I'm a famous script baby mother. Like, that's how niggas look at me sometimes. So I don't know if Titan was looking at me like a come up or something. I really don't. But like, okay, when I told him how I was celibate and he was all for it. He want to get married. Man, we was
We was going great. I swear. We was.
She think it's funny. Okay. How you gonna say, oh, it ain't that serious, but you calling this man your baby daddy? We done seen you on what at least 2 separate occasions tonguing this man down. Okay. You changed your name on Instagram, your last name on Instagram to his last name. Okay. Of course we're gonna think it's serious. What? Okay. Well, not all of us, but some people are gonna think it's for real. He posting you and has since deleted that, but still, like, come on now. Girl, be for real. Be for real. Cause if I guarantee you, if I wasn't taking somebody serious, it wouldn't be none of that. Okay. She even went as far as to say, oh, you know, when I have his baby, it's gonna be named after him. And like talking about the next date is at the courthouse. And mind you, this was like a few days ago, not even that long ago. She was talking about, oh, their next date was gonna be at the courthouse. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously, okay? Like, you're not making no type of sense.
So I'm trying to think because I want to tell y'all everything, but at the end of the day, I love that nigga for who he is. He my friend, so I still want to respect him. Till this shit get disrespectful on God, bro. I'm waiting for that disrespect to slide across my timeline. I'm like, Arr? Get the air in this bitch ass nigga out. But look, it was.
Mind you, this is supposed to be a gospel artist, okay? This is supposed to be a hood gospel artist, okay? Out here calling people out of their name, being disrespectful, okay? Is this y'all anointed queen? Okay? Anointed toothless queen? I'm confused. Okay? Ciao.
It's fun. It was exciting. I was on my little hiatus. I just came out of breakup. Just dropped my gospel song. It's just me and my son. So, to have something like different and new around, it was.
You are high as a fucking kite.
I'm not high.
It was fun. Like, shit. I want to laugh a little bit, but I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. But anyway, let me be honest though. If none of these niggas can like apply that pressure while we in this dating phase. Okay, and I probably left it, so I probably mentioned it. I don't know. I made hella videos. I don't know. I will go back and watch them all. But I say this right now. He did try to work it out. He tried to see it through. I try to see it through, but I only try to see it through after I went outside. Like, we could see it through after I get my lick back. And I'm not saying it like that, but it's like, shit.
You're a dummy, bitch.
What you think this is? Bitch, I reciprocate energy, nigga. Like, and that was mistreated me for real. Like, I don't want to put the business out there. Yeah, he came to me 100 G, and the nigga only came to me because she kept saying how she was going to expose the nigga for saying what he was really saying there. That's what I'm really stuck on. Because when you say shit, just because you say you don't mean the fact that you thought it, bro, every joke, every whatever have some type of truth in it, bro. It was in your heart to say that. It was in your heart to spin it like that. So I kind of was like one of those bitches like yeah. Shit. I'm with Glock it is. Shit. I'm Miami and I'm lit. Shit. I'm parking lot pimping with some real niggas. Like, fuck out of here. I'm not gonna be playing with no little boy while he's trying to figure something out. Like, baby. Baby, I'm 25 with a son. With a nigga tatted on my face, nigga. If you not coming how you supposed to come, shit, bye. Nigga, what? Come on now. And I'm only saying it because, like, all right, cool. This shit can get covered up, all that, whatever. But don't be acting like you applying that pressure for me to do shit, nigga. And that's how I feel. When a nigga fuck with me and they not on my tax bracket, I don't care what nobody say, bro. You're eating. I'm like a Mr. Fairy Godmother walking on 2 feet. Some motherfuckers that never seen shit before. And be honest. I'm not gonna get in the nitty gritty what I was and how I was. Shit, but fuck around and you'll find out. I don't play with my love, bro. Real shit, I let one nigga do that. And that's the only nigga that can do that. Fuck. But I'm just saying, you missed me with that other shit. It's crazy because I want to tell y'all everything, but I'm not because that's how you ruin like relationships and shit long term and shit. And then plus, you know, you got this little career going on. I ain't finna just be playing with him like that. Like, that's extra though. Like, are we done for good? Shit, I don't really know. I'm telling you, bro, I realize he realized we both like I love you, but like, you know, it's not the same no more. He already fucked up, then I fucked up even more, so we ain't fucking with it. We is not fucking with it, bro. Real shit. We is not fucking with it, bro. Like, facts. Like, this is how I know I wasn't fucking with it. When I got on that flight to Miami. When I was out parking lot pimping. When I started seeming more available than usual. Glock was such a cool nigga. He sat through my nail appointment, so I got him tatted on my nails. Like, created this big old problem for my asthma. Like, lungs inflamed.
Okay, ciao. A mess. So basically, she went live. Well, not live. She was on her Snapchat actually. You know, addressing the whole Ficky situation. I guess they unfollowed each other. They unfollowed each other. Figgy did take down the pictures of him and Krishan, the little collage he had up there. Okay. So yeah. And I showed y'all yesterday that when I guess Figgy had posted a Mother's Day message for Krishan. Um but he deleted it after he seen her with that dude, the Glock dude. Okay. Child, a mess. A mess. Okay. So I guess Krishan and Figgy are no longer an item, a thing. I don't know what that was going on here, but child, they done went their separate ways. Okay. Um Now she says it's cause it was some chick texted him on the phone or something like that. Um but shit, when it comes to this girl, it's like it's no telling. You know what I mean? Like she lies so much. So, child, a mess. Let's check these comments. It says, and this is how we know that if Junior would have been under the care of a pediatrician, she'd run to the internet to show us, but we know he ain't been back since his surgery. Right. Right, that part. And somebody said, what about Junior's breathing? Exactly.
A minute ago. All right, so
sorry, y'all. It's mighty funny how she's quick to go to the doctor's hospital, whatever, for her own, you know, health concerns, but you still haven't done that for Junior? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, okay? Because I can't. I can't make sense of it. And it's crazy how you didn't. It was so hard for you to say a few words about your son in that interview, but you sitting here on this video, okay? But you could talk about ninjas all day. You could talk about dudes all day, okay? No problem. No hesitation, no, stuttering, none of that. And she could talk about men all day long. Okay, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Somebody said, I wish I was a bum on the street. You are, though. Pretty much. So you could take yourself to the doctor, but not her son. Right. Hello? I'm telling y'all, when I first seen the little snippet of this video, because it was like really a short little clip that I seen first before I seen the full version of it. Like I was like, oh cool, like she's finally taking Junior to the doctor, like something. You know what I mean? Whole time she there for herself. Like, child, you cannot make this stuff up. You can't. You can't. It says Harry Coochie not gonna stop no one from hunching. She just sounds dumb as usual. She makes no sense when she talks. Right. Right. Says I treat it like math. Once it gets confusing, I get to cheating. It says this how you know she doesn't take Junior to the doctor. She would have posted about it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody said losing brain cells listening to her talk. And the girl's not humble at all. And after what she did to her kid, yeah, shaking my head. Exactly. Somebody said one thing for certain, Blueface will always be mentioned somewhere in her rants. Oh yeah, for sure, at least once. Yeah, I told her Stoics fans that she doesn't take Junior to the doctors because if she did, she would show it. But we could see her at the doctors, but not her son. That needs the help. Exactly. Exactly. And she keeps covering up that sewing with headbands. That part, okay. It's like the headband gets bigger and bigger and bigger, child. Looking crazy by the head, okay? I don't see how any man can be attracted to this heathen. They might as well mess with a man. She's a turn off. Might as well, okay? And somebody said, why are you not being a mom? Who wants a 304? Always a 304. Okay. A mess. A mess, okay? So apparently that is the reason why her and I was about to say Jiggy. Her and Figgy kind of fell off, okay? Which for his sake I'm glad because baby, okay, it could have turned out much more worse. Okay, like child, a mess. And somebody said, oh, I read that one. I read that one. Okay, y'all. So let me check the comments real quick. 1 second, okay? Let's me see what y'all are saying. So look how easy she. If what type of famous is she? Right, right. I don't see paparazzi checking on her. Exactly. Not one. Okay. A mess. He said she is straight on a manic rant, never making no sense. Can't complete a sentence. Never. Never can. Never can. He said hopefully she has met her match with 357. Oh, I mean Glock. I'm so weak. Ciao. He said Figgy is good in college. That's not going to get under blue skin. Glock is a blood. Oh, he's a blood. And Blueface is proc crip. That Jezebel know what she doing. See, I didn't know he gangbang like that. That's crazy. You say, um, my punani stay waxed and I'm not having intercourse. Having hair just means your pum pum is musty, stinky. Christine, celibate wear. Just a trifling girl. That part. That part. Okay. For real. She listens to everything the bloggers say. Oh yes, for sure. Yep. Yeah. This bit is really slow. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Crack rock baby. Child. She do though. Oh yeah, you could tell. You could tell she be tuned in. You could tell, certain lingo. She done copied off somebody else. You know what I mean? Child, a mess. Where you were the one acting like he was gonna be zaddy for him, putting chains around his neck. Exactly, exactly. But he found out you have no money and the deposit you paid on the bot boyfriend is expired. Child, I'm weak. No, for real. Okay. That him wearing that chain will forever be cringe to me. I just thought it was weird. Okay. I always thought it was weird. Like, sir, you don't have your own chains? Like what's going on here? Okay. Like for real. How you gonna comfortably wear the next girl's like jewelry? It's strange. Okay.
It's getting weird.
Super. All right. 1 second, y'all. You said manic rants, bipolar people are off the chain. They will drain all your energy if you allow them to. Yeah, that part. That part. And she's saying HDHC, she knows Blue don't F with Hot T because she leaked his address. And two was encouraging people to call CPS, contribute to PO and just interesting. Interesting. And this thing ain't anointed by anyone but Satan himself. Just chaos, faking like it's holy. Yep, yep, that part. You're the most highest orderly. This confusion of hers is of the father, the devil. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you said why is she in the hospital? Apparently is something about her sinus infection or something like that. And she got a sinus infection. So that's why she had went in. Child, a mess. She look like a head, right? Yeah, and tax bracket is crazy. Don't even pay her taxes, child. Talking about a tax bracket, girl. Girl. Okay. Oh yeah, she was definitely up there in the clouds, okay? For sure. Say she's stupid but lucky at the same time because she actually had a man who wanted to claim her child. On the other hand, we have never cheated on my man. It says that the child is in his diabolical. Child. He said we all know she's slow because ain't no way I'm going to live from the hospital. I'm going live from the hospital room. Exactly. Exactly. He said sounding, looking, acting, and scratching like Charlotte. No, for real. It's a lie all the time. Lie. Literally. Let's see. He said, how come stuff of nurses um can't call the law on her back? Yeah, they have to know she high. Right, right. That part. That part. He said, I don't know if I could believe her and Fig breaking up and it being his fault because um she lies and she will go to live to pay her narrative. For that, it's not her fault and she's the victim. Exactly. Every time. Every time. If she had contractions, she could have found out blood that time from the umbilical cord. Yeah, that's a good point too. Hey, Montanino. Hey, love. It says, it's like you said, it's like you could be seeing her switching personalities, wicked. Right, that part. That part. Child, a mess. A mess. Okay, but yeah, that's what she posted on her Snapchat. Okay, apparently she is, you know, ending it with the current dude. Now she's looking at getting another one. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. But nonetheless, she is apparently over Figgy. Apparently, they're not about to be an item anymore. Apparently, she's seeing this other dude. What's the name? Black. Okay, which is a red flag right there. Okay, somebody nicknaming themselves Glock is crazy work. Okay. I wouldn't want to be involved with no dude by the name of Glock. I'm just saying. Okay. Let alone the fact that she literally was just on an interview talking about, oh, I want a God fearing man and da 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 da. But yeah, you out here with Glock, Mr. Glock? Okay. Glock and rock, y'all. Okay, ciao, a mess. Now this new dude, hold on, let me show y'all real quick. This new dude is definitely like he's just I can see why she likes him. Okay. She want a gutter type of dude. Okay. She like them hood ninjas. She like them hood ninjas. She went and got this man painting on her nails, child. Okay. Already. Okay. Just announced her damn I don't know what you want to call it, cause yeah. But she just low key announced she's not with Figgy no more, and she's, you know, messing with this new dude. Okay. But let me show y'all this because yeah. Hold on, let me go to the actual. Let me show y'all him. Let me show y'all him real quick. Okay. So shout out to Circus the Blues. Okay. This is Mr. Glock. Okay. This is Mr. Glock.
Keep your bitch at the crib, nigga. We got more bitches. We outside jet skis, nigga. Yeah. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Yo, keep your bitch close to you, nigga. Cause she wanna suck balls all night, nigga. Keep your bitch at the crib, nigga. We got more bitches. We outside jet skis.
Okay, so this is your God-fearing man. Okay, huh? She sure do know how to pick them, don't she? Okay. So immediately red flag. Okay. I see all kinds of red flags, but she's talking about, oh, he a cool ninja. Oh, I'm finna get his name on my nails and like, girl, you don't have to get everybody. Like I told y'all, this girl is a sign-in sheet at this point. Okay. Like it don't be making no sense. She was just, not too long ago talking about she finna get the jeweler tatted, his government name tatted on her. Okay, like it's weird. It is strange. Okay, so we shall see how far this goes. I don't see this lasting either. Okay, the last dude, Mr. Figgy, lasted what, maybe a few weeks to a month. Okay, child, a mess. A mess. Okay. Hold on, let me see. You said Glock look just like not Dusty below. He'll fit right in. Child, I am screaming. No, for real. Okay.
Good, bro.
Yeah. He do. I'm so weak. Child, a mess. A mess. And he look a little, the elevator don't go all the way up. Okay. Child. You said now Crack Rock dude looks like a bust out Figgy. He do a little bit. He said I haven't gotten a man's name on my nails since I was 19. I'm 43 now. Ciao. I've never in my life went to my nail tech or to a nail shop and was like, oh, can you put this man's name on my nails? Okay. But I'm not judging you, but it's just like for Kashawn. I could see if it was like somebody that you know, been with for a long, significant amount of time. But if it's like somebody that you just low key met, like it's not normal. Okay, it's not normal. Yeah, I heard he's a blood. Yeah, that's a mess. That's a mess. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, she did say her asthma was acting up. You said the turn up in Miami was a bit crazy, right? Ciao. Hold on, let me see. You said she probably worse than him, to be honest. Oh yeah, for sure. You already know. But he is definitely, I could see why, he probably like them ghettos and obviously she like them hood. She like them hood, little, damaged, I don't know. But it's like you gotta be smarter than that because hurt people hurt people. Now this is just me going off, you know, what he looked like and stuff. And then this video here that I just showed y'all. Like, come on now. This dude not gonna take you serious. Okay. And if he did, I'll be absolutely shocked. I'll be absolutely shocked. He says she ran off on schoolyard. No recess for her. Right? He's the type to knock her other tooth out. Yeah, I'm scared of folks with broke off locks just walking around with short hair sticking up in the front. Right, like, sir, go touch up them dreads. What is going on here? Okay.
That's good, bro. Oh.
Yeah. Awake, you are hilarious. I noticed that too. I was looking at that leave out like, child, or that new growth. Okay. Looking a mess. Looking a mess. Hold on, y'all. You say he's a third off Figgy? Low key, huh? He say he looks like a dirty ninja. He do. He sure do. You think he would whoop Blue? I don't know. I don't think he will whoop him, but I think it would, I think it would be pretty close. Like it would be a tie. It would be a tie. You said, gosh, we were talking about unalive suspect she don't deserve a great guy. Oh yeah, yeah, she don't, and that's why she ain't gonna meet the right guy. She could date as many dudes as she wants to, even Blueface. It will never work until you do right by that baby and you do right. You do right by God and stop playing with him, and you do right by yourself. Period. Period. You said she been saying her cat is so hairy since Blue went to prison. It's been almost 2 years. Exactly. Like, girl, who is you fooling? I know you done shaved it at least once. Okay, like, girl, That's crazy. Hey, Bridget. Good evening. Yes. Gang, gang. You said birds of a feather flock together. That's true. That is definitely true. Said I feel like Blue Line and said that tattoo was for Junior because he got her name, and now she shut out, and now she out here being a thrill for that boy Barry is right. Oh yes, for sure is. Not that Spiggy Daddy, child. Child, a mess. A mess, okay. Now I wanted to show y'all some other stuff, but it is getting late and I have to be up pretty early. Okay, so to be continued, y'all. To be continued. We will be talking about it more next show. Okay, I also want to get into a few other things. Um, but with that being said, y'all, I am gonna end it here. Thank you to all my love buds. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I so greatly appreciate it. Okay. But shout outs specifically to my love buds. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. And when I say I love y'all, like I mean that with every fiber of my being. Like I just adore each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much for everything. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. Okay. Um, y'all don't forget to hit that like for me. Okay. Y'all know I don't have shows on Wednesdays due to my schedule. So we will be back on Thursday, okay, to clock even more tea. Okay. Um, but other than that, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's night. Don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already. Okay. And have a great day tomorrow. Okay. So stay safe, stay blessed, and take care, y'all. Bye.